And Congress is still on break, but a congressional hearing still took place to discuss the ongoing SAP distribution, which has since been marred with issues here and there. Ria Fernandez is live at the Batasang Pambansa to give us the latest. Ria, what were the main points of today's discussions in the lower house?
Even House Speaker Alan Peter Cayetano couldn't help but air his frustration over the problems hounding the government's social amelioration program. During the congressional hearing today, Cayetano enumerated a list of concerns that led to delays in SAP distribution. This includes supposed bureaucratic processes, corruption, and confusion in guidelines at the local level. According to the House Speaker, part of the problem was caused by the Social Welfare Department's refusal to heed their suggestions in implementing the program. Cayetano also hit red tape in food pack distribution as experienced by his constituents in the Taguig-Pateros district. Here's what the House Speaker had to say.
Emergency, survival to, kapit sa patalimang mga tao. Hindi tayo pwedeng masyadong bureaucratic. We have to start thinking na one team tayo.
Other representatives also noted some questionable parts in the DSWD guidelines for SAP distribution. Anakalusugan Representative Mike Defensor pointed out provisions that require beneficiaries to gather in a respective location to fill out SAP forms. The movie says does nothing but increase the risk of infection. Others, such as Deputy Speaker El Rey Villafuerte and Cavite Representative Bambol Tolentino, noted that some DSWD regional offices implemented the release of AICs or the assistance to individuals in crisis situation and the SAP without proper distinction. The incident prompted the DSWD to send a new memo to regional directors to clarify the issue. During the hearing, Cayetano clarified that the intention of their hearing is not to point fingers, but to improve the system of SAP distribution. Right now, the government is focused on the distribution of the second tranche of SAP, which is aims to cover some 13 million beneficiaries from 11 areas in the country, including NCR. Meanwhile, House Committee on Good Government Chairperson Jonathan C. Alvarado cleared DSWD Secretary Rolly Bautista from these problems hounding the SAP distribution. He said that the secretary was able to act on the problems. Sean?
All right, Ria, I have to ask you about something that did crop up in one of the news items I read regarding the distribution of the first tranche of SAP, which was there were supposedly around 22,000, I guess, ghost beneficiaries that came up. Was this addressed in today's hearing?
Actually, that specific issue wasn't raised in today's hearing because today's hearing focused more on the slow distribution of SAP, which the DSWD officials tried to answer before the lawmakers.
With regard to the slow distribution, earlier we also carried a news item saying that this next tranche will be distributed using an automated system. Was that discussed today? And can you tell us more about that, if so?
Yes, that's correct. The DSWD officials said that one of the ways that they want to implement in the second tranche of the SAP distribution is by making the money distribution digitally, or they will do it through digital transfer. And they believe that if in the first tranche, the distribution lasted up to 2 months, with the digital transfer, they aim to cut the distribution time to at least 3 weeks. Nevertheless, they also consider that there could be security issues which they have to consider.
Okay, Ria, now to get to be more like to the nitty-gritty and actual specifics, exactly how does this automated distribution work? Will they be using like what the DOLE does or the SSS does, which is to use money remittance centers such as Palawan and GCash, Paymaya, and those kinds of services, or are they still going to be handing out cash? Exactly how will this automated system of distribution make things faster, and how do people actually know that this is how it's going to be distributed?
Well, before we stood up for the live report today, what we heard from the DSWD officials is they would be partnering with some money remittances. We'll get back to you what other means they will try to explore in order to transfer digitally the second tranche of cash aid.
All right, Ria, we'll let you get back to that hearing. I guess it's not over yet. Thank you very much, News 5's Ria Fernandez, joining us from the Batasang Pambansa.